I'm going to try to get it together. Let's talk about your money here on Good Morning Quad Cities. Artificial intelligence is quickly becoming more and more ingrained within our daily lives. But do Americans trust the rapidly growing expansion of the technology? According to a recent survey by Miter Harris, just 39% of Americans believe artificial intelligence is safe and secure. Our financial advisor, Mark Gravicheski, is joining us live. Good morning, Mark. Good to see you.
Hey, happy Monday, David. Good to see you again.
Good to see you as well. So why is there so little trust in how we perceive this advancement in artificial intelligence?
Well, look, there's been quite a number of instances, and many of them high profile, where we've seen artificial intelligence used for malicious purposes. In fact, 82% of Americans express some level of concern about it being used for malicious intent. We've seen artificial intelligence used, unfortunately, to alter and manipulate photographs, create biased results, or to spread disinformation. But even when that artificial intelligence is free of manipulation or some type of internal bias, its output can sometimes still be either incomplete or inaccurate. So it's hard for Americans to place their trust in artificial intelligence when they see so many instances of either deception or inaccuracies.
So what do you think can be done to improve that level of trust, at least among Americans?
Yeah. Well, the overwhelming majority of Americans, and look, it's up to like 85% in many of these surveys, state that they want adequate regulation and controls over artificial intelligence to provide those consumer protections to ensure this very powerful technology isn't used for malicious purposes. Their top concerns are that artificial intelligence can be used for cyber attacks, identity theft, sale of personal data, just a general lack of accountability within the industry, but also, David, deceptive political ads. When we have what's likely to be a very contentious presidential election in less than 6 months. Uh, Artificial intelligence, David, is a technology that's growing so fast. There's a sense it's almost like the Wild West where anything goes and there's just not any rules or accountability. And it just kind of creates a sense of vulnerability for many Americans. And therefore, they simply don't trust it.
Well, based on your research, though, who does the public trust to provide some level of oversight and consumer protections?
Well, I didn't mean to laugh too much at this, but look, when you look at all of the polling and survey data, David, there's not a lot of trust to have either these big tech companies or government to provide that exclusive oversight of over artificial intelligence. But where there is, I guess you could say, more acceptance, maybe is a better way to say it, is a partnership between the tech industry and government to ensure that there are some type of consumer protections. Now, this is my opinion. If I were these big tech companies, David, I'd be doing everything I could to ensure proper controls because we've seen the chaos before in uncontrolled innovation. And I'm referring to the cryptocurrency industry. For many years, the cryptocurrency industry, it truly was the Wild West. And the industry quickly became rampant with fraud and with theft and with corruption. And I think it really tarnished its image among the general public. So, kind of my word of caution, so to speak, to the technology industry is the sooner you start to alleviate the public's fear and apprehension over artificial intelligence, the more likely they are to accept it.
All right, Mark, thank you so much. We'll have to wait and see what happens in the future.
Enjoy the rest of your week, David.
You as well. Here's a look at